What if the man who brought the Middle East to the brink of all-out war is now the only person who can pull it back? And what if the real story isn't peace at all, but something far more calculated that almost nobody is talking about? Here's what just happened. On March 23rd, 2026, President Donald Trump stepped in front of cameras and announced that the United States and Iran have held what he called productive talks. And to prove he meant it, he ordered an immediate halt to American strikes on Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure. Within minutes, oil crashed $7.50 a barrel, falling to $90.75. Wall Street exploded upward. The S&P 500 surged 2.2%. The Dow Jones climbed 1,025 points in a single session. The Nasdaq jumped 2.17%. All 11 sectors of the S&P 500 traded in the green. This is the single biggest de-escalation signal between Washington and Tehran in over a decade, and it is reshaping global markets in real time. Now let me give you the numbers that actually matter. First, before today's announcement, Brent crude had been hovering near $98 a barrel, driven up by months of U.S. strikes on Iranian energy infrastructure that began escalating in late 2025. Second, Iran sits on the world's fourth largest proven oil reserves at approximately 157 billion barrels. And before the latest round of hostilities, Tehran was exporting roughly 1.4 million barrels per day, much of it flowing to China and India through sanctions skirting intermediaries. Third, the U.S. strikes had knocked out at least 3 major Iranian power generation facilities, including the Bandar Abbas thermal plant and infrastructure near the Bushehr province, crippling parts of Iran's domestic grid and cutting its refining output by an estimated 400,000 barrels per day. Fourth, the Persian Gulf still handles roughly 20 to 21 million barrels of oil per day through the Strait of Hormuz, which means any conflict between Washington and Tehran doesn't just affect 2 countries, it threatens roughly 20% of the world's entire oil supply. Fifth, before today's rally, the S&P 500